Usually you want to go with IGF-1 or R3. You want IGF-1 to stay in the body a lot longer, and you're going to get more benefit out of it. In the short burst with the IGF-1 straight, you can do it, but you want to do it more frequently throughout the day. Even with CJC and IPA, you can take it up to like 5 times a day. You can take it all throughout the day. And what it does is if you took CJC and IPA through the day, let's say you took it 4 or 5 times a day, it's hitting that pulse every time you take it. So it's continuously hitting the pulse when you do it. So, with that, if you're taking IGF-1, you can take it more frequently throughout the day, but IGF-1 or R3 is going to be more superior as far as the two.
Okay, we got that covered. And this is one big thing. And I know that we're going into the health. I got some talks today lined up, and I'm talking to one person that wants to work with me. And he's in his mid-50s as well, but he has high blood pressure. And I thought this was an interesting statement. There's so many guys in my age group or even in their 40s that are willing to go to the HRT road,
right,
but they're hesitant to do any kind of heart medicine in the sense of blood pressure and or cholesterol. Why would that be? I'm slightly confused on this, that they're willing to go one route, but it's not, I don't know what it is. I can't even fathom what that would. Do you guys, anybody here have that understanding of why that would be, that they're willing to do HRT, but they're not willing to do blood pressure medicine or cholesterol medicine?
The only thing I could think of is, if they have to take a pretty serious medication like blood pressure and stuff like that, is they could get erectile dysfunction. They don't get blood flow. This is bad. It might slow them down if they're taking beta blockers. But listen, the smart move would be, if you have high blood pressure, get it in check. Even if you take testosterone or anything else, if you don't correct your blood pressure, what's going on is you might not even feel symptoms. Your face doesn't get red. You don't feel lightheaded. You're going about your day. And I'm one of these people, guys. And at that point, the blood pressure starts going up, and, you don't notice it until you get blood pressure checked. And you're like, oh my God, it's through the roof. And what happens is, if you don't get it in check, it's a silent killer. And what I mean by that is it starts damaging things like your kidneys, renal function. And at that point, if you let it go unchecked, it will just keep damaging the kidneys. You'll be in chronic kidney disease. And at that point, you're going to be screwed. I know this personally because, one, my dad. 2, I was like, listen, I'm not going to let this start, because I started seeing my blood pressure go up. I'm like, my cholesterol is good. I've never had a problem with blood pressure. I don't know if it was maybe stress, whatever it was, but it was a little bit high. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to damage my kidney. So the doctor's like, listen, I'm going to put you on 10 milligrams of lisinopril. It's very minimal. It's not going to have any negative side effect whatsoever to your erections or.
Yeah, it gives you a little something though.
Yeah, so I'm like, lisinopril. So I've been taking that. My blood pressure's been perfect, and that's just something you need to look at. You really cholesterol. Listen, you need to look at your diet. If you're not willing to change your nutritional diet or what you're going to be eating, you better start looking about taking some meds. If your cholesterol is going crazy, that could be a direct link to cardiovascular disease and other things. As far as that, they're going to take you down. So for somebody to be like, oh, I'll take testosterone, but I won't fix anything else that's going wrong with me, that's being very ignorant about the situation. I think you should really rethink that, because if you want real longevity and anti-aging and all this good stuff, you want to look at all these different things. You want to make sure everything is working good, not just one part is working optimal, but all the parts of the body.
Okay, so that's interesting. So the I guess one of the things they didn't talk about is the reason why they wouldn't take the blood pressure medicine is the possibility of, yes, it could help the blood pressure, but it also could hurt the ding.
Yep.
And so that's what you don't want to do. But then, like you were saying, yeah, you don't want to do that, because then what's the point of it? Is that you were talking about something that actually gives you a side effect of good boners, and it actually helps keep the blood pressure in check.
Yeah. So you could take those meds, get it in check. Once you get your blood pressure in check, you take your meds. And let's say you have erection problems. Now, listen, if you have a serious blood pressure problem or cardiovascular disease, testosterone might not be healthy for you, right? But most people, they get that in check and they can go on testosterone replacement without that affecting them. The other side of this is that there are guys that start testosterone replacement therapy and they don't have high blood pressure. But then they notice that they're starting to have high blood pressure. And most of those people are not taking aromatase inhibitors. So they go to a general practitioner. General practitioner like, oh, you've been low on testosterone twice. I'm going to prescribe it to you. He starts prescribing the testosterone to the patient. Now the patient's taking testosterone. Testosterone rises. But then on the backside, other hormones are starting to rise too, and aromatase. So when we talk about estrogen, that's one that's going to aromatize into. And if your estrogen is high, you're going to hold more water, and water retention is going to create high blood pressure too as well. So these are different things that you need to look at and make sure everything is balanced in the body and you're looking at things. And if there's something off, you need to get to the root of the problem and fix it.
All right. Well, that handles that. That was great information for anybody and everybody out there that's, dealing with anything like that or high blood pressure. And again, high blood pressure doesn't have to be, it's not just an old man's thing. It could be a lot of that is you're Greek.
Yeah.
And so it is prone in certain
it is
races and stuff. That's always one thing to watch out for.
We're highly stimulated people, so at that point, we probably have a button in us that does it. I mean, even Mediterraneans, man. I mean, sickle cell. It hits all Mediterraneans, with the Greek, Italian, some people. It just is what it is. Luckily, I don't have that, but I do know Mediterranean people that are Italian that have sickle cell and they're dealing with that. But at that point, everybody's different.
Isn't that what is Robbie Robinson? It is.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, same thing. Island boy.
The thing is they do have a cure now for sickle cell. It just got FDA approved, and it's that CRISPR gene editing I was talking about. It's FDA approved now. So literally, somebody goes in there, they just inject this different CRISPR edit, and boom, sickle cell is gone.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
you get that information on over to Robbie.
For sure. You should definitely look into it.
That's huge. We were driving home and we got to talking about one of the tests, if I'm correct, Titan Medical checks for Hep C, or where that, if not Hep C itself, but where those levels are and stuff.
Sure.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So we
right
do,
on that.
We do a lot of STD testing all together. So we can do STD testing, plus for MMA fighters and stuff like that, they have to have blood tests for like HIV, Hep C, and all that. So we run those tests on them too as well. Now, even with Hep C nowadays, there is a cure for Hep C. This is crazy because there wasn't before, right? It was like you could die from it, but now there's definitely some change in medicine where there's a vaccination for it, so you can get out of it. But all the other STDs and all that stuff, yeah, we do a ton of it.
Michael, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry, I'm just trying to get Liza's here as well. This I think is important. So Hep C is basically an STD.
Yeah, it's transmitted. It's a venereal disease. It's usually transmitted by sex. It can be transmitted in different ways. Obviously, if you have like back in the day, when they weren't checking all the blood transfusions, that could happen. But most of the time it's sexually transmitted. I guess.
And this will, what does Hep C actually, and you're testing for it, but also on the fact of what does it do?
It'll destroy your liver. It'll destroy your liver.
It will destroy the liver. That was one of the main things.
What has it is Pamela Anderson.
Wow. Yeah, and then Kid Rock was upset about not telling him.
I mean, that's pretty serious.
I was going to say. It reminds me of what was the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yes.
When he's like, hey, I got herpes, but it's like, hey, I don't have to tell nobody because it's not broken out. It's like, that was the funniest movie. Oh my God. Jeez Louise.
That's what I told my friend. He's 14 years old and, he hasn't crossed that bridge yet. So I'm like, listen, when you do cross that bridge, make sure you're protecting yourself because things are crazy nowadays and, it is what it is.
Well, I got good news for you. I don't know if you know this or not, but IG just this is great. This is great. IG, or you probably already know this, then the IG will allow this conversation to go onto their platform, not just YouTube and Facebook now. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so IG joins the party. So nice job, Instagram. What's up, Instagram? So we are live over there as well onto the Instagram world. So that is gold.
Absolutely, man. Worldwide, baby. Worldwide.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. For myself, I am planning to. I always like getting in shape during the new year and into my birthday. I always like to be most peak shape, and so I've been with Titan Medical how many months now here? Well, it seems like I've known you forever, but it's been a short period of time.
I know. We've gotten close quick. I think November was what Olympia, so it was like what September, October, I think.
October, and then I started peptides shortly after that.
Yes.
And so we'll be about 3 months. So by the time my birthday rolls around, it'll be 3 months. Working with you, understanding blood work a little bit better. Again, I am not an expert in this world, but I am learning as best I can.
Absolutely.
And then also I'm trying to optimize my body. So that'll be around the 12-week mark. So it's going to be interesting for me to share that transformation and what we're doing to make sure the blood work is right and how the body looks.
Can't wait.
I'm excited to see what that looks like for me, because I love doing this stuff. I love learning. I love training. I love seeing if I can continue to do this. And again, Frank Zane, Robbie Robinson are idols of mine, and Arnold. And if I can look great at their age, their stage, and still do what they do, that's the ultimate goal for me.
I think you probably look better, man. Let's see.
Man, I would hope, but man, Robbie is a freak.
He is.
He is the one in 8 point something billion people in the world, and there's one Robbie Robinson. You know, it's not just. And I know people are out there going, "Well, no, I know somebody in shape at 80 years old." Robbie's in shape.
Oh, dude.
He's good and intense. He's strong. He has mobile movements through his entire body. There's much more to it than just the visual.
Absolutely.
And John and I are two guys, and I know this because John's an athlete.
Yeah.
We do not want to be all show, no go. We want to be able to tussle.
Absolutely, dude. So, there'll be some force behind that train, man, for sure.
That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. And then, as you saw, his girl and my girl are absolute savages.
They are.
John and me are we're kind of the face of these companies, aren't we? And then we got these women that are running the show behind us. It's
these little gangsters, man, for sure. Both of them. Better watch out, man. You know, me and Mike, we look like the brute force, but those little ones behind us, they're the real brute force. Better watch out.
I got to a great conversation today with this OG from when we went to the second workout, and he's like, and I'm just talking about my kid and stuff, and it's like, fathers like you and me have been around for a long time. You know, I met your dad. I know what he's like. I know that kind of statured. And his personality and his love for sports. Holy shnikes.
Yeah, dude, that dude's an almanac for sure. He can tell you every stat from any player in any sport. It's crazy.
But the mothers, which is such an important part of this, there hasn't been a lot of. I got lucky that when I grew up with 10 brothers and sisters, and my mom was an absolute savage. But it's nice having Titan, and I know that Peter is thankful for having a mother that is a savage like that.
Absolutely.
And for these women out there that are feeling like they're losing some of their powers and energy, and you know, you're hitting 40 or hitting 50 or whatever it is, for you women out there, you don't need to. You can continue to be savages.
Absolutely.
You know, Mona's closing in on 50, and she's stronger now than she's ever been.
Yep.
She's more. She won the universe, and she's a pro IFBB, and it's like she's in better shape 10 years after than she was when she won the show.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
But again, it goes back to what you say, and I see this all the time. You say this all the time, that you live the lifestyle, the Titan medical, that metahuman lifestyle.
That's right. Titan lifestyle all the way, baby. You got to. If you live that lifestyle, you'll consistently progress. If you don't, then you won't. I don't know what to say. You just got to stay on track. And once you get into it, I mean, listen, I love it. So I don't even think about it as that, right? Like I have to stick and stay in line to this. This is just what I do. It is what it is. Just like you, it's what you do. There's nobody that has to tell you. It's not a chore. It's not, oh man, I got to do this. No, you get into it. You love it. You'll breathe it. You'll do it, and it will become you all the way. So I believe in that. So you just got to change your mindset. Don't go against the grain, and don't think this is like some punishment or I got to do this. Like change the way you think, rewire your thinking, and you'll be better off, man. I mean, all the way, not even just physically, mentally too, as well, and happy. A lot of people, they don't have that happiness, and they never will, because they're not happy with themselves. You know, it's something I see in a lot of people.
Jump on that for a second, because you just said it. You said they say they have to train.
Right.
You and I say we get to train.
That's right.
Those are two. Can you explain the difference between those two? Because I don't think people really get that. It's just it's a beautiful thing that you and I love that about you, that your mindset is that way.
I love it. And, you know, because you get into trains like a kidney cane store. Like, I get to go do this. Like, I'm happy to go do this. And somebody's getting forced to go do it and say, oh, I got to go do this. Like, no, you ain't got to go do it. But I'll tell you what, I get to go do it, and I'm going to be happy doing it. So if you don't want to do it, that's another thing. But people they got to change that mindset, because I mean, they're killing themselves even before they get there. Like, oh, I don't really want to go. And then when they get there, it's like half-ass as far as what they're doing. But there's other people that listen. They'll apply themselves, especially after January 1st, at least 30 days. And then hopefully they'll get some sort of result in 30 days, and it keeps them on track. But a lot of people, they stop because they don't see a change, right? And you got to remember this too, right? As much as you put in, you're going to get out. But if you don't put in much, you're not going to get a lot out either. So, you know, what you put in, you're going to get. So at that point, I don't know, you got to be happy about going to train and do some physical activity to benefit yourself and to better yourself.
For anybody that's watching this right now, we got less than a week for the New Year's, right? And so I know that you could probably go shopping to get your food. You can click on the link there for my workout program.
Yep.
But you need a little time to order your peptides, and you should probably also just check your blood. And so you need a little bit of time to do that. But if you call right now, and there's the numbers at the bottom of the screen right there, call over there and send over information, get signed up. That way you can get your blood work done. And also, you know, in the meantime, before getting blood work, you can also order your peptides, because you don't need a blood work for your peptides. And so the AOD that he spoke about, the IGF, the CJC, these are all peptides, which are basically amino acid lineups to help you get in shape. And then as you do this, you'll get your blood work back from them. You'll talk to, just like these guys here today.
And the guy today gave his wife a gift.
Yeah, the guy today that was over gave his wife a $200 Titan Medical gift card to do blood work.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I thought that was great. His wife looked at him like, what's going on? But she's also mid-40s.
Gotcha.
And it might be one of those things that she didn't think about, but it's
Very
a gift. She gets her blood work done. They go, hey, by the way, this is where you're at. And maybe there's optimal things that she didn't realize, because they both train really hard.
Yeah.
And I could see why they weren't getting better after looking at their blood work.
Yeah.
And so that's why the decision for him was to get on HRT now. And so it'll be interesting to see what she does. But I think it's a great gift on his part to go, honey, I'm going to go down this venture. I want you to come with me.
Yeah. So
we can do this together. And so if you guys are out there and you're a couple, this isn't just for you. This is for both of you.
Definitely.
So it's just my point of view of trying to get going. Start the process. Take the number down right now, or you can see it on my link in the bio.
If I were you guys, I would definitely call or text this week. Let me tell you why. There's two big things going on at Titan this week. And one of the things never goes on. One, there's blood work as far as the blood work discount, $130 for males, $200 for females. That'll be for the rest of the week. But the biggest thing of all, this is the biggest thing, and this will go with your blood work or without, $25 visits. Usually a visit's going to cost you $100 for weight loss and $150 for a hormone replacement therapy visit. You get those visits for $25 this week only. You can call or text. If you want to do a peptide visit, it's going to cost you $25 instead of $150. So you can get that done, and you're good with your visit. And you can get scheduled out past this week as long as you call this week and book.
There you go. There you go. So it gives you more reasons to do this. And that way, when you start at a full sprint.
That's right.
And then again, I think if you guys, I understand what we were all talking about earlier about not being disciplined. You do become disciplined after that week of in the gym, and the endorphins are starting to fire, and you see a change to the body because your body's working with you. It's a cool thing. And I'm no different than anybody else. It's like, I like that part of the cutting when the body's really starting to burn well. And the AOD seemed to help me tremendous at this stage.
Oh yeah. That's great. I love AOD.
And we just got more back in. And see, look at, I'm talking about it, but I couldn't get some because they were out. So get your orders in. That's the big thing, guys. Yeah. I would get your orders in to make sure that you have stuff for the next 12 weeks so you start slicing and dicing.
Oh yeah. We're lucky we're still getting peptides, guys. Some people were complaining to me about it. I'm like, listen, I don't know when they're going to be gone. Luckily, these pharmacies are doing what they're doing because it's still supplying us. So I'm happy. As long as they can keep supplying, I'll be happy. It is what it is.
Bring us home, Johnny. Talk to us about what's going on and what your recommendations are going into this new year this week.
Sure. So listen, we're gonna get ready for New Year's. New Year's is next week, right? Well, New Year's is technically Sunday. So listen, start now. So whatever you're trying to do, whether it's trying to build lean muscle, or we do MK, listen, check your blood work first, see what's going on there, see if there's any hormone imbalances, make sure you're good there. If you're trying to lose weight, we've got the tools, semaglutide, tirzepatide, AOD 9604. Listen, for recovery, for better muscle pumps, you got Hercules Potion. If you want more energy and you want to burn fat at the same time, you got the ECA Stack Plus. We've got so many different things. And this week, our therapy of the week is our hair health therapy package. So we've got our injectable biotin that goes along with our hair tight hair foam, which has Lantrapost. It has Lantrapost to help thicken the hair, has minoxidil to help grow and keep the hair, and also has finasteride topically to help regrow and keep the hair too as well. So, it's got a 3-way combination of some different things, and along with the injectable biotin. Plus, you have the hair health capsules, so you can take something orally, you can apply something topically, and you can do the injectable for a trifecta. So you're hitting it all different ways in the body, trying to stimulate more hair growth and thickness, and it usually works very, very well. So, whether you have male pattern baldness in your family, you've taken some anabolic steroids, and maybe things are getting a little light up top, or maybe you had the virus and people lose hair or lost hair with that. Sharice did, and she gained a ton of it back. So, there's just different things you guys can do to stimulate things like that. But whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to achieve, we can help you customize a personalized regimen. Our providers are going to take their time with you. They're going to go through everything. They're going to help you understand these different things and how they're going to be able to benefit you. And that's the big thing, right? You're getting the result and it benefiting you. So, whatever you're trying to do, libido enhancers, maybe you're just trying to do a little bit of better bedroom performance. Hey, listen.
What do you say, Bobo? I'm just saying. He just said it. I'm just. You're fine. I forgot. You're fine. I forgot. It's like a bull ride. 8 seconds. I got you. All right. Forget him.
So what it is as far as that goes. So, the best thing to do first thing, call or text the number 727-389-3220. Talk about what's going on, and our staff will direct you in the best possible way to get you set up and get you going for 2024 and hitting your New Year's goals.
We're getting jacked and ripped and enjoying life and healthy and better than ever. So You guys hang with us all year long. We're going into the new year fired up. again, I know you guys are out there. Thanks for taking time on your vacation.
Of course.
And give the best to the missus and the little Peter. Give him, well, not little beast boy.
You know what the funny thing is? He's down here in the islands, and to drink and all that's 18 years old. Everybody thinks he's 18. Like, you ain't drinking.
Yeah, the size he is, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
I love it. Thanks again, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you later. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
guys.
Bye-bye.